Welcome to a new video and a demonstration about the Music Pro app on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. I didn't find anything on the net besides promotional advertisements, but not real user reviews. So I'm getting you through the app first of all. So let's go in here and start the Music Pro app for the first time, actually the second time. So it presents to you a project window, so we can create a new project. Let's call it project 2, and here you can already start with the recording tab here that has a simple recording application where I can see my audio volume meters here. I have the possibility, if I want to record music, to have a little bit of like the metronome going on, so I can set up the tempo for it. I can even count in if I want to. So for music professionals who like to record music samples with their smartphone, which I also never heard of that someone will do it, but Sony is trying to make it a thing here. You have the possibility. Then you have also the hear through option, so you can monitor via your headphones the microphone input that's coming from down below, because it's using the main microphone. So if I hold down this microphone, you can see, maybe it's also using the upper microphone. Where's the upper microphone? Here somewhere, yeah. And let's close both down. You can see, yeah, now it is quiet. If I get this up, you can see, yeah, it's using the top microphone as well, but mostly it is going with the bottom microphone. And you can also, when you start recording, you get this as an information. I have some more things here. If I go to this menu, hamburger menu, where I can have the mic priority setting, so I can choose I want to use the internal microphone, or I have also the ability to use a wired microphone, so I can plug in a 3.5mm wired microphone, or via USB Type-C a wired microphone, and I can prioritize the microphone here. I can even record, I think, with 2 microphones on. Use units of time instead of ruler unit is set to bars. And we have a file list here where it's listing the project files. So if I have a recording here, I can go directly to Files app and can do certain things with it. How do I get back there? Data storage, I can choose to store on the internal or the SD card. Account settings, this has something to do with later on post-processing, because you can have an account here, and for free you're allowed, I think, up to 200 megabytes per month or 500 megabytes per month. There's a limitation of what you can edit in post directly automatically with Sony algorithms on the service itself. There's a tutorial as well, so if you don't know what's going on, this tutorial is also shown on the first start. It guides you through how to record stuff, how to add new instruments, how to add new tracks, and how to edit those as well. And we will go through this as well. There's some usage tips as well, like recording tips. You can tap on this and it gives you some tips and tricks as well on how to change certain things, and it makes sense to take a look at here if you really want to use this app more professionally. And then there's about and accessibility options as well. Then we have the edit part, where it switches to a landscape format, which makes sense because here we can add, like, for example, a few tracks. It gives you like a warning that the maximum amount of tracks you can have in a single project is only 10. So this is a bit of a limitation, and you can choose vocal and guitars, or import a music title, for example, or a recording that you did earlier. And I can go back to my project. I want to go to record, and here I can see my level and my meters, and I can start recording now. For example, the recorded audio, you must add a track for recording. Add a track. So if you don't have a track, add a track. It will ask about the track. It gives me information about the 10 track limit, and then I can choose vocals, guitar, or so on. So I choose vocals now because it's a vocal track only. And now I have the track here. I can see it's a vocal track. I can mute it if I want to, or I can play it back. I don't have anything else that I can do here, but I can add new tracks here if I want to have like also a vocal plus guitar track or something like this. So let's go on with the test. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. So now I recorded this little test here, and this is how it sounds like. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. So I think maybe a little bit not loud enough. So what we can do now, go to edit. I can see everything a little bit more laid out. You can see that at the end there's a little sound. You can see it here clearly, little sound that indicates I was pressing on the screen or something like this to stop the recording. So what I can do with editing is I click here and I have already the possibility to cut it a little bit. So now you can see it's gone, and this me pressing the button is gone already. So I have basic ability to cut things. I have some other things here as well. I can see that this is a stereo track, basically track 1 and track 1. You can see it. And I can mute it, I can do certain things with it. I can add a new one if I want to, but I know that it's a stereo track here. And then I have some other options here that we saw already, but this time it's a bit different. So for example, I have hide, unhide tracks. I have the possibility to export certain things, and then you can see I can highlight a track, select it and export it, and I can export it as a mix. As individual tracks if I want to. If I have more tracks than one, so it would be individual files that are exporting. I can exporting it as stereo or mono. I have the file name that I can have here, and the bit depth, 32-bit float for example, or 24 or 16-bit that I can choose. Sample rate is fixed to 48 kilohertz, and the file will be exported as WAV file only. So this is an interesting thing I can do there. I have the file as data storage and so on, but this is like the export function if you want to export something. You have also an export function down here. If you click on it, the same thing will appear, so just so you know. But the cool thing about this one is I have the possibility, of course, to choose more tracks. I can raise the volume here, so if I expand it, I can just go up with the volume a bit. Like for example, I want to raise it like 7 dBs, and now let's listen to it. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Maybe still a little bit too dampened down. I can change the track type. So if I want to have like vocals, guitar or something like this, or I did it wrong, I can change it here. I have the option to duplicate the track if I want to, or to delete it. And then I also have the possibility to always go one step back by pressing this button here. And I have then the interesting part, and this is the part where you have to pay Sony for, the studio tuning. If you click on studio tuning, it will load, will probably contact the Sony service and give you an option on what you can do with the track here right now. So interesting parts already shown in the commercials were that there is a possibility to separate tracks. So you have one track that has the possibility to record audio from your vocals and music from a guitar or piano, something like this, and you can separate them if you want to. But now let's see, we have this track here, we have available data. You can see I have a free account, I have still 78.31 megabytes available that I can use on my account. I have some filters that I can use: denoising filter, de-reverb filter, mic simulation filter if you want to simulate a professional mic, or studio simulation. So I'm not sure if I should put mic simulation or studio simulation on, but let's put mic simulation on. I execute it and it will upload this file now to the Sony server. As you can see here, it's saying uploading. It will depend, of course, on how busy the servers are, how fast your internet connection is. And there you go. And now it's tuning my voice according to how a professional microphone would sound like. So I'm not sure how it will end up then, but I could imagine if you don't have a microphone available, but you want to record a podcast or an interview very quickly, but your external microphone died or something like this, you can use this, eventually tune it to make it sound a little bit better. I'm still a bit skeptical here because the microphones here, I don't think these are the best microphones, maybe slightly improved over the predecessor, but that's everything. As you can see, it already tuned the little file and now it's downloading the file, and now I have the downloaded file. So what does it do? It downloads the file, adds it to the project. You can see this is the magic that happened here. It is auto-muting the original track, and now I have the possibility to listen to the tuned track for professional microphone. Let's see how this sounds like. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. I don't see much of a difference here, but maybe you heard some difference in the audio. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. This is a little test that I'm recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. And with studio tuning you can do more, you have more options there. I was recording only vocals here right now. This is why it didn't give me the option to separate the music, the background music from the vocals. But if you are recording with vocals and guitar, it has the ability to separate the vocals from the guitar. It's only guitar here right now, but I think it is working also with other instruments, but it is optimized for guitar right now. So this is a limitation. Hopefully Sony will optimize it a little bit more. So in general, yeah, it's working fine. I have also the ability, of course, if I want to record something new, I can just go in here, maybe create a new track and say, okay, another vocal track. I have it here, track 2. Can set the position and say I want to record right after this. So I have to go to record here. I can choose, you can see it is taking the same timeline position that I had before, and then I can start recording. Maybe I will record a little bit closer to my mouth to see if this is a bit better. So this is another recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Now talking a little bit more directly to the bottom mic. You can see it's still not oversteering, or it's still not very loud, as you can see here from the meter and the metering. Now I can go back to edit, and you can see, yeah, here I have the option again. I have some options here: cut, copy, delete, move left, move right. So you can say move a little bit to the left, and I can move it to the left, so it will directly go to where the end of my other talk is. And then I can, of course, go in here. Xperia 1 Mark IV. So this is another recording on the Xperia 1 Mark IV. Yes, this one sounds a little bit better. So the closer you are to the mic, the better it sounds. And I think if you position it maybe like this and you have your mouth directly here somewhere, then it might be the best for recording also audio. And I will test it out at one point and will give you a sample video for this as well. But for now, this is, I think, everything that you need to know about the Music Pro app for now. There's not much to it right now. Probably in the future, with hopefully only software updates and not you have to buy a new device to get the software updated, you will have more features here as well that Sony will include. I think they have algorithms that are working here with studio tuning that you can use for various different things. It's a simple and basic app for some sound recording. I think basic podcasting could work with this one, as well as you can also import music files. For example, if you want to have like an overlay music file, you have the possibility to do this here as well. And yeah, that's everything for this video. What do you think about the Music Pro app and my short overview about it? Write it down in the comment section. Until the next time, bye.